Hey, DaJuan here, and I'm getting ready to do a virtual callback right now. This one happens to be for a commercial, but I wanted you to see the setup and everything else I'm going to do. So I'm going to take you along on the whole entire thing. It might be really boring for you, or it might be kind of awesome, but I wanted you to see how easy it is to set up your self-tape equipment. It is so easy, even for a virtual callback, and what exactly I do, all the way to where I'm looking at, all of that stuff. I just want to make sure that I put it in there. My ring light is already set up because I just finished another audition, so it's already in place. I'll probably have to drop it for the chair and see what's going on. All right, here we go. Give me a second. Let's go. That's my stand that I'm going to use. It'll let me put my entire computer on it, and I can sit. It's level. It's perfect. It's in my recommendations if you want it. I'm going to lower you a little bit over here so you can see all the goodness. Since it's a sitting audition, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I sit for this one. They might ask me to stand. We'll see. You want to always make sure that your devices are off and on do not disturb. These sucks if that happens in the middle of your audition. All right, we are just about ready to sign on. Just in case I need another eye lines, I make sure that I have a Post-it and a marker with me. So I use my computer because the aspect ratio on the phone, sometimes when you're using Zoom or these web browsers and stuff like that, it doesn't really work well. So I want to make sure that I know how to use this. It's made for the computer. It's really, really easy that way. So I make sure I use it. You know, you can use your phone when you're doing these virtual callbacks. I don't recommend it, but if that's all you got, that's all you got. Getting ready. Always do it a little bit earlier. So if anything goes wrong, which I'm having technical difficulties with signing into my web browser, you do not want that. It'll freak you out. So I gave myself a little bit extra time because I've been here before. I always want to make sure that I'm not stressing about that. So that is A-okay. I don't like the camera on this computer. I always forget, but we're in it now. We're in it now. And now we just wait. I'm in the waiting room, as you can see, for this callback, and I'll just sit, take some deep breaths, and wait to be led into this. I know there's a lot of talk out there about what's good and what's not, meaning should we go into the room, should we not? But I've just done 2 auditions in the span of an hour, and I'm getting ready to do in the span of an hour, and I didn't have to drive anywhere. I gotta tell you, that's kind of cool. I'm gonna go ahead and make my eye lines up before they come in. So for this, it's a piece where I gotta get some bad news, and I made one, which is eye lines of not so happy, and then the other person there. The eyes are the most important part of your eye lines, so you want to make sure that you have those. And these don't have to go up right away. I just usually put them up so that we can keep it moving. This part is just like waiting in a waiting room inside of an audition. Like when you're just sitting out there, this is just your own space. I gotta say, it's kind of much better for me. Hey,
man.
Hey there.
See ya.
You as well.
How you been?
So good. So good. Yourself?
I'm alright. Well, I'm fighting a cold, but
Oh.
get through it. Alright, so not much has really changed from the original concept. So Jolene will take you in, but we're just gonna slate. We don't need hands today. And the director, he'll just talk you through different stuff. He'll kind of lead you through the emotional life.
Okay. And are we doing the second part or just this part?
I don't think there's no room for the walking part.
I agree.
We're going to try to capture that sort of that feeling of, you know, the right stuff, where so that'll just be more of an expression at the end.
Okay.
determination that we're going to beat this other team. That's the metaphor. It's a basketball family squad taking on the other squad and being cancer, and you're going to beat cancer.
Okay. I'm only wondering because I'm sitting, but I can stand.
Yeah, no.
Do you know what I mean? Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
Yeah, so we're gonna take you into the callback room, DaJuan. So I'm gonna hop over there. Give me 2 seconds just to check in with those guys and tell them you're coming, and you'll see an invite pop up in a moment. Okay?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Just brought you a little closer so you can see all the goodness.
Hello.
Hi there.
How's it going? Welcome.
Thank you.
So, DaJuan, this is our director, Gary. I'm going to get out of your way here, and then we'll just slate you first.
Okay.
And I'm going to hand you over to him. Just tell us your name.
Hi, I'm DaJuan Johnson.
Hello there. And just in case, willing to trim or shave?
Yeah, if need be. Mm-hmm.
Great.
Not DaJuan Johnson.
Not Dwayne. That's my dad. That's my dad.
Nice. Hey, it's nice to meet you. We appreciate you, DaJuan. I know you got a plane to catch. Obviously, you've done this before. I saw your, casting tape. Really, this is all about expression. And I'd love just to see that kind of like journey from feeling like down and deflated, with your sickness and what you have to deal with, to feeling a little bit of hope and knowing that you have this family, this team that's going to, that you're going to actually have with you by your side, that's going to, extend your life and to make things better, right? So it's like, I don't need to see smiles, but I need to feel, it's just that going from sad to confident. So it's seeing that range in your face. I love that's mainly what I'm looking for right now.
Range.
Yeah,
Yeah.
range.
Cool. And we are just gotten this news.
Well, the thing is, you don't know. It's not. You actually have had this for a while.
Got it.
I think it's more or less like it's a terminal cancer, but this drug actually extends your life quite a bit. So that's the good part is, this drug is going to allow you to spend more time with your family and have this team. You're there to face, the future and to live your best, the rest of your life.
Great. One more question, Gary. The way you're saying it, it's not me. It's my dad, right? Like, is it me?
Yeah, you are.
I just want to make sure. I'm sorry because
You are the son. No. But I just want to paint the picture of Poland and this. But you're the son, so this is your father.
Sorry.
Thank you for correcting me.
I didn't mean to.
Because I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, you are very young looking for this.
Yes.
You want to gray your hair up a little bit, but yes, this is more like you're waiting in a locker room. Your father's going to come out with your mother, and you guys are going to start having this plan. You're going to come in together as a huddle. So this is more just like not scaring your father with being emotionally like upset, but again, the range is important, right?
Okay.
When we're there for shooting, I'll be able to direct you like, hey, a little less, a little more.
Yeah. Great.
But the range is important either way.
Great. Okay. Great.
Thank you.
Best way not to get booked. Correct the director.
Right. Yeah. No, I appreciate it.
Sorry, brother. Okay.
You're here for a reason.
I know. Cool, man. And you'll cue me, yeah?
Yeah. Are you doing a slate before tail slate or front slate, or do they already do it?
I slated him. I got it.
Oh, all right. So it's not my view. I'm thinking. I'm always used to being on this side of the camera, seeing the slate. All right, here we go.
Yeah. No, I can just give you an action and start rolling.
Yeah, you can give the action. That's fine.
All right. And action.
That's great. I want to ask you too, while you're there, imagine if you did have to say something like you see your dad, hey, just give me a couple lines, even though we're not recording script. It's going to be good because, I like to see that. If you're like, hey, Dad, I'm with you. It's going to be okay. You got the family here. Whatever you want to say, any of that is all great.
Whenever you're ready.
We got this. We got this, Dad.
Awesome. That feels great. Just give me a little bit. Go from like sad to just a little bit of happiness. Okay.
Action.
This is good news. This is really good news.
That's great. That's awesome. I appreciate that. I mean, I feel good. I mean, you how much room? You don't have that much room, right?
I can have room in 3 seconds, but what you need?
No. That's fine. I'm just curious. I already saw you walk, so I don't need to do that. That's easy.
Okay. I mean, because I'm amazing at walking. I don't know if you like I do it every day.
I feel like I've got enough. You know, I didn't know if anybody else has any comments, but I feel great with what I've seen, and it's just you know, I've already seen this from you, so it's good to see it up close and not on a little screen. So
thank you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate your time.
All right, thank you also very much for
so
your.
much.
Thank
Yes.
you, Jolene. Thank you, Gary.
Have a good one.
You too. All right, so what was happening there for it? Let's bring a little bit of that. What was happening there was, I mean, you saw the audition, you saw my journey, you saw all that stuff. That's really not important. So one of the things that I didn't do, you didn't get to see, was there were about 9 people on this Zoom at the same time. So 2 people, one person was the casting associate and then the other one was the director. And you saw how easy it was. A couple things I want to make sure I point out. How we can do it in a non-confrontational way or not making the director feel silly or anything like that. That wasn't the role that I was supposed to be auditioning for. So I was like, I just want to make sure, you know, really disarming them instead of, it could have come off a little bit like, hey, I'm not auditioning for that role, but really wanted to take that and just say, own my power, right? And be like, that's not the role, right? So that's one thing I wanted to point out. The second thing was, like I said, there were 9 people on this Zoom call. And if you've been on Zooms before, you know what it looks like. But only 2 people, you could see them. The rest of it were blacked out names. I couldn't tell you any of their names because all I did was focus on the director and focus on the casting associate when their pictures were up. It was just my director. It was just the director and I. So another cool thing about that is I went back to my Post-it. So while I was there with the director, I pulled the Post-it off, and then as soon as, and you will see, as soon as we started again, I put the Post-it back up because that is, I've already built that emotional life with this Post-it note. I didn't want to see the director's face. I didn't want to see the casting director's face, and so I used just that. For this specific audition, I didn't use the person on the screen. If I had a reader to read off of, like when I do theatrical or auditions, I absolutely look straight at the reader. Use the reader. You don't need to look at the inside the camera. I didn't do any of that. I never looked in the camera, even for this commercial audition, but I did use my Post-it note here. So if you are not good at looking at the reader, then you want to put your Post-it note on your screen. Let me show you how this might look. Let me see if I can close my screen for you so you don't have to, you know, see all of my craziness going on. Yeah, there you go. So the way this looked is just like that. That was my Post-it note. It was a sad dad that was going on. I had another Post-it note that I didn't put up this time, but I knew where it was. That was my doctor that was going on, and that's where my ring light placement is. So this was basically, this is the general setup. I mean, I could have gotten up and moved and walked and stuff like that, but I didn't. He didn't need me to. I'm glad we didn't because I would have to move this thing all around and push stuff back if we need to do it, but I kind of made a joke about it and moved on from it so we can move from there. So that's basically it when it comes to virtual auditions. You don't need a lot. You saw how I asked, can you hear me when I was in the waiting room? Can you see me? All of that stuff is very important because I don't want to worry about tech anymore. I'm not worried about tech. This isn't the best setup. I don't have like box lights and all that stuff like that. Nobody said anything about the rings in my eyes. That is something that a coach or a teacher or somebody made up. Where casting and directors and agency and clients, they don't care. They don't care. So stop caring so much about the rings in your eyes that people are talking about. This is not the thing. This is all we need for this audition. I'm super happy with it. And I hope you're going to be happy. And I hope this, sparked something or demystified something. It's an easy process. It took 30 minutes. It took, I would say, almost 40 minutes actually, because I set up and then I did this thing, but that would have been the exact same thing. But I still won here because I don't have to drive home now. I can go walk. I'm home. I can go walk home. I didn't have to drive there. I didn't have to deal with all that other stuff. I'm in my space, and I'm really, really, really happy about the way this all went down. So that's it. Great. I hope you enjoyed it. Talk soon.